Hi everybody, welcome again. Very good evening to all of you. So in this video, we're going to today cover the text functions. Okay, text functions like mid, left, right, and the find, search. They are very important. They are very much used in Excel also, right? Like you learned the VLOOKUP and you learned the match function. You learned the combination of the VLOOKUP and match. Same way, every Excel user, whether he's doing a basic Excel or he's doing the advanced Excel, right, she's supposed to know these functions. So text functions are very important, guys, and let us go ahead and start these things now.
Here functions like find, search, they're very important functions, remember, because you can use them with the VLOOKUP also, you can use them with the match also, right? You see, there's no specific foundation. There's no specific rule in Excel that you can't use this one function with another function. It always depends upon your skill set, your experience, your that quickness, that creativity, which comes obviously with the experience. So always don't go by the classroom concept, the things you learn in the classroom. That's just to give you the idea how the things work, but it's not that every time that is the only the combination. For example, you have seen the VLOOKUP and match, so it is not that the VLOOKUP and the match is always the combination. There can be a number of things you can do, right? So these are the functions we are going to do today. Left, right, mid, substitute, and then we have uppercase, lowercase, and then proper case, very small functions. So let's start our the first function, which is find. Now what is the find, guys? The find basically is used to find the position of a text in a character, in a cell, I would say. For example, if you have this email address, now you want to find that what is the position of @ in this text, which is 5, start from left. So in that scenario we can use the find. Look at the parameters first of all, guys. Find text, within the text, and start number. What do you want to find? So anything which is within the double quotes, like this. So I say that find @ within the text. Where is that text? This is my text, and then the start number. So it should start from 1. Okay, you have to write a 1 so that it starts from left. Now you can see that you have got the answer as 5, right? So it can be anything. If you just go and say that, let's say I does not exist in this, so what you will get? You will get the error. Simple. So this is your text function, right? But in Excel, find is a case sensitive. Now this is the only function which I have so far seen which has this case sensitivity issue. So what I'm saying is that if you just go and say, let's say small case a, you won't be able to find the position. If I press comma, look at this. So find is a case sensitive. On the other side, there is a carbon copy of this function, which is a search. Same function, same parameters, but it is not a case sensitive. This is the best part. So if I go here and start writing the search function, you'll find that we have the same parameters. For example, I write equals to search. Look at this, guys. Any difference in the parameters? No. Find text, within the text, start number. You won't see any duplicate functions in Excel. Remember that there is a one function and there is a one reason for that, to use. But I guess find and search, they are there because search is a case, it does not have any case sensitivity part. So even if I write small a and I go in this text and I say I want to start from 1, let's say, you get the answer. So it returns the position of a. So it's a matter of choice, right? You can use whatever you want, but make sure you know the rules. That find is a case sensitive, search is a case insensitive. So this is how you can write the things. Take care, must understand that if I ask you what is the difference between find and match, you know, match B, if you remember, it returns the position, but match returns the position of a cell in a table, whereas find is used to find the position of a character in a cell. So there is a huge difference. For example, if I have a table Ajay, Hemant, Shashank, Amy, Javis, let's say. Now guys, if I ask you to find out the position of Hemant, you can't use the find function, right? Because Hemant it's a complete cell. It's a value which is stored in this table. So you have to go in this table like this. So you use the match function. So you write here in the lookup Hemant and then lookup, this is your table, and the match type is exact match. That is how we write. But if I ask you to find the position of E in Hemant, then what will you do? Because now E is in a single cell. So you can't really go and use the match, you know. So you have to use then find E, and then you select this, right? Single cell, obviously you can't select the entire table, and then 1. So this is the difference. Okay, what is the common thing in both the functions? The common thing is that both returns the position of a lookup value. That means they can never return text function. Remember that, guys. Rule: match, find, they always return numbers. Can you say that a position of a lookup is A, position of a lookup is C? No, ridiculous. It always returns the position, and the position can never be in the text form or alphanumeric. It is always going to be a number. However, if you use the VLOOKUP, you can expect anything. For example, if you're looking employee ID and you want the name, you will get the name. Name is a text value. On the other side, if you have some transaction IDs which are in the text format, and then you're looking for that on which date these transaction IDs, you know, happened, then obviously you can use the, again, VLOOKUP. You can find out the transaction IDs. You can use the transaction IDs as lookup, and then the date. So date will come. So I mean, date can also come. VLOOKUP is it can return anything. If you're looking for marks, as we did so many exercises for some employee names, you know, what is his score in, let's say, Excel test, what is his score in VBA test, what is his score in SQL Server test, what is his score in Access, Outlook, Access VBA. So that means you're looking up the, you know, the name of the employee is a lookup, and in return you want the score. So score is always in the number form. So these are the things, you know, when you have so many formulas in your mind, when you learn so many things, definitely you take little time to think on the, you know, these areas, like as to which function we need to apply, which function we can apply with the, you know, like the combination of the function, right? So that point in time, you always start with this concept that first of all, what I want is, and what the, you know, the function nature is, are they in the sync with each other, or are they, you know, kind of colliding with each other? Now if there is a if you are something looking for the text, you want the text and you're thinking of the match function, absolutely wrong, because match can never return the text value. So fundamentals should be strong. Now let's talk about the left function. What is the left function? Now left function actually is used to extract the values from the left, the characters from the left. Very important function. For example, if you need Ajay from ajay@yahoo.com, how will you do it? You say that left, only two parameters, text and the number of characters. So text is my ajay@yahoo.com. How many characters you need? I need 4 because I need Ajay, right? Now 4 from where? Obviously it is a left function, so you don't have to really guide this function. Neither you can have a control that you start from any other direction, guys. Left always starts from left, and if left starts from left, definitely it will start from A. So we have Ajay, right? So same way, if you say that I just want the one character, guys, you see that you have A. Depends what we want to do. We will do the exercises, don't worry. Right now we are just trying to understand. So what is the right? Again same function. It starts from right. Text, number of characters. So let's say I want 3 characters from right. So that means you will get MOC, which is COM. That way, guys, you can use that. Now what if I say that I want y at y at the rate y? Then what? Then neither you can use left nor you can use right, because y at y means you have to start in the middle, from the middle, somewhere in the middle, right? And to start from the y, basically you have to be on the 4th position. 4th position, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have the mid function. Start from mid. Look at this now. You have a one more parameter, start number, unlike in left and right. So this is more powerful, this is more flexible, right? Why I'm telling you this is more powerful, let's understand this one by one. Now first of all, what is your text? Go in the text, simple. Start number, from where you want to start. If I want y at y, I have to start from 4. So I start from 4. And then the number of characters. How many characters do you need? I need 3 characters. Right. So I press enter and we have y at y. This is how, guys, it works, right? Now if you want, let's say, just A, you can use the left also, but you can use the mid also. Mid can also do the left job. For example, look at this. I want A only, the first A. So text. So I have to start from where? 1. And I have to stop where? I mean, once you start from 1 means 1 position, the first position. How many characters do you need from there? Well, because if I need only A, then I just need the 1 character in return. So the middle parameter, this start number, this tells you that from where you want to start. This is what it asks, and this tells you that if you start from somewhere, obviously you would like to stop somewhere. You know, maybe you need 2 characters from that starting point, 3 characters, 4 characters, and so on. So this is how it is. So you have A. Similarly, if you want COM, if you want the COM using mid, you go in this text. So what would be the position of C? You have to see, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then once you start from 11, how many characters do you need? From 11, including 11th position, 3. Maybe my calculation is wrong. Maybe it's not 11, actually it's 12. Let's go and check that. Yeah. So mid is very powerful. You have the full flexibility. You can start from anywhere. Now before we jump on to the another questions, let's quickly do some exercises and let's see that how we can use these functions. Now generally on the individual levels, these functions may not look so strong to you, but their combination works like a magic. The function makes the formula so strong, and that's what we're gonna see. So I have a question here. Suppose in your management, your IT team has given you some email IDs like this: abc@yahoo.com, Ajay 23, at yahoo.com, Bhardwaj at reddit.com, Hemant 9834, let's say at the rate outlook.com, right? Let's have one more name. So let's say guys, these are the email IDs. So we have maybe 1000, 2000, 3000 email IDs. And what is the job? The job is extract the name Hemant9834, Ami1234 from these email IDs. So anyone, so first of all guys, understand, if you look at this table carefully, it has a @ sign, right? Now tell me one thing, you know that before the @, that's the value you need. So we have @ here, like before the @ we have ABC, before the @ we have Ajay23 and so on, right? So first of all we will go and find out the position of @ and so that will return me the number of characters before the @, isn't it? Because @, if the position of @ is 4 and if I subtract 1 from it, that means the number of the value which comes after subtracting 1 from the position of @, those are the number of characters which are before the @. So that is how we are going to use find @. So we will go and write the function find @, go in this text, start number again I keep it 1. I'll tell you that this 1, why we use the 1, right? So we will come back to this. Right now keep it 1. So you see you have the position of @, and now because you will drag this formula down, every time your text will change A12 to A13, A14, A15, right? Keeping the rest of the parameters same, you have the answer here, the position I mean. So once you have the position, what is the next thing? As I said that we are going to now go and use the left function. Why left function? Because you need the username, right? And the username is always on the left side. So we will go and we will write here extract, or I simply say username now. See this, I say left text, the number of characters you need. Now why I found the position of @ guys, because I cannot go here and write 3, that ABC has 3 characters, so let me write 3, because the reason, this time it works, but if you drag it down, you don't need the 3 characters every time, you know, because Ajay has 4, Bhardwaj maybe has 8, Hemant 9834 maybe 10, 11, you know, we don't know it, but this is telling us, because everybody, every of this email, they have these IDs, the position @, right? So once we have done that, so what I will do, instead of writing here 4 or 3, whatever it is, you have to go here and say that you select C12 and press enter. This is what you'll get. Simple. Now obviously we don't need the @, so you have a choice. Either you subtract -1 here like this, that the number of characters which you are using, 1 should be subtracted, so we will not have the @. Let me drag this. What is the another way? Let me undo it. The another way is that you can maybe -1 from here also. So whatever the answer comes from, you know, the position you have for the @, 1 will be subtracted from it. So this is how it is, like this. So it's all up to you how you want it. I'm keeping this option, right? So what we did, we can quickly write here. First we will go and, so first we find the position of @, because we need to pull out the names, and these names, or I would say, and these characters are before @ sign. So once we know the position of @ we will subtract 1 because we do not want to count @ sign, right? So we will use the left function, and in left, number of characters would come from find function. That is how. This is how we have done it. Okay, you can read this. Let me just go and wrap text it. @ जैसे आपने स्टार्ट किया था, not any special thing. I go in this text and I say 1. पोजीशन आ गई, इसको -1 यहीं कर देते हैं, ठीक है. 3 आ गया, जो कि नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स लेफ्ट के लिए we will use it. अब क्या करना है आपने? Now you start here and say left, start the bracket. ये लो, लेफ्ट शुरू हो गया. So what is the text? In the left, what is the text? This is the text. आपने text select किया, कॉमा, number of characters. Number of characters आपको इस फंक्शन से मिल जाएंगे, आपको पता है. तो बस क्लोज करो आप इसे, एंटर. ये आपका फंक्शन हो गया. Need is, we need now the domains. Domains means like yahoo.com, reddit.com, outlook.com. How will you do it? Find the position of @. Okay, I find this is your @ position. Now what you want to do? You have to immediately go to the next character of @. You want to go to Y. In this case you want to go to R. In this case you want to go to O. In this case again you want to go to O. So how will you do it? In that case, guys, we will go and add first of all 1 to it. Let's not add this time here. Let's add in the formula. Okay. Now which function has that flexibility that you can start from just after the @? Obviously mid function, right? So you write mid. You go in the text and then you say start number. From where you want to start? Well, I want to start exactly after the @. Where is your @? In the position number 4. So you're gonna add 1 to it, right? And then how many characters do we need? Now every domain has a different number of spellings, and we cannot go and count every domain. Outlook, Yahoo, Yahoo Mail, maybe some gmail.com. You can have n number of IDs with a different number of spellings. So how we gonna make sure that every character should be covered? You give your best shot here. Now looking at this data, I know nobody is going to, no domain is going to have more than 20 characters. So you just go and write here 20. So that will cover all the characters from the 5th position in this case. Maybe you can write 200 to be on the safer side. You have the yahoo.com. So when you drag this, what will happen? You will again get the yahoo.com, and so on. You understood what we are doing? Okay. Now let's go and combine them also. So I first find @ in this, and I go and add 1 to it, right? I'm adding 1 here only. Now we will go and use the mid. Text my text, comma, start number. This is the function which will let us know from where to start, because we want to start from the character which is coming after the @ and so that's why we are finding the @ and we are adding 1 to it. So whatever the position of the @ comes, we will add 1 to it, as simple as that. And then the number of characters. So how many characters do we need? So how many characters? Well, we need the 200 characters, let's say, because once you start from Y, you want to go to the last character, right? So you can write here 200 as well, 2000 as well. That depends how long a name can be. So to cover all the names, we give the extra buffer. I hope this is clear to everybody in what I'm trying to say. Now guys, you see, one thing, you know that how many characters are before @ we know that. I mean, we can find it out. Very simple. Including @ also, I mean, right? So we can use the find function. If you have to explain this to somebody who does not know Excel so well, layman terms mein, what will you say? You will say that this 4 actually represents the position of @ right? This is a more technical thing. In other, as I said, that in layman term, you can also say that, so we have got 3 characters before the domain. We have got 6 characters before the domain. We have got 8 characters before the domain. Domain means, I mean, before the @ because after @ you find these Yahoo, Rediff and all that stuff, which we know, call them domains. So this is how you can explain. Now guys, you already know. So if I don't subtract -1 from this, this means that we know that how many characters we have in this cell till @ right? That's why you're getting 4. How many characters we have in this cell till at this @, which is Ajay23, and then this @, and then this @, you know. So now, is there any way that you can calculate the total number of characters, guys? You know why? Because if you calculate the total number of characters and if you subtract these many characters till the @, what is left then? The domain. If you calculate the overall characters, which means overall from A to this, and if you subtract this portion from it, what will you get? You will get again the domain. You already have calculated up to this level by finding the position of @. How will you count the number of total characters? Length function. I told you length function. If you remember, length, len, go in this text. How many characters do we have? 13. Okay. How many characters we need? Well, if we need the characters after the @, then before the @, whatever it is, we have to completely wipe it off. We have to remove it. How will you do that? You say that minus this value, isn't it? Or you can write the function as well. That's all up to you. What do you want to do? So from the total number of characters, I will subtract the position of the @. As simple as that. What I will get in return? You'll get the number of characters which comes after the @, because this is subtracted from this entire thing. So finally guys, when you have 9, 9, 10, 11, 11, what will you do? Let's go and count that. For example, outlook.com, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. You got it. Now once you got it, you know that you can use the right function. Now you use the right function because now you have calculated exactly how many characters are after the @. So you can use mid also, you can use right also. I say that right, you got to pick up these many characters. So this is more of a simple math actually, you know. Using the formulas can be a little tricky for you, it may take time, but if you look at the overall concept, if you look at this, the idea which we have developed, it does not need the Excel skill. It just needs the, you know, the kind of that basically you should be little sharp. If you are good in maths, you could have thought of this. Of course, I understand the experience is also very important thing, but I mean, I'm just telling you that this way also you can think of more logics as well, because to make the logics you don't need the Excel skills. Excel is all about putting the right formula in the right place, but when it is all about, you know, your thought process, developing the idea, it does not need the Excel. Can we go and club all these functions together? So let's go and do it. So I'll write here complex formula. So first of all, we will quickly go and find out the how many characters we need. So for that, what we did, we set length, we calculated the overall length, and then we find the @ in this one. We got the 9, guys. What is this 9? This 9 is actually yahoo.com, right? Because from the entire cell we subtracted ABC @. So finally we go and say right, start the bracket. You want to go in the text, yes, this text, and then you want to calculate how many characters, whatever the subtraction of this length and find will return you, that's what we're gonna use. So that's how it is. So you have your answer here, yahoo.com, reddit.com, and all that stuff. Can we go to the next exercise now, guys? Okay, so this is basically coming from this, and these are the same. Okay, we want to extract the numbers. We want to extract the numbers. We want only the numbers here. Yes, how will we do it? Every time you have to find the @, not necessarily you have to find the @ every time. Now guys, if you look at this data carefully, after the @ in every cell you have only 3 numbers. So you already know how many numbers you need. @ you use when you have a different positions, different number of characters in different cells, and you cannot go by just one constant. But in this case we can say that right, from the right, just go and pick up 3 numbers, because all the numbers, all the values have only 3 characters. Why do you want to use the find? You can use the find and there is no harm, but why? That's my question. Again, you want the text, so you use left. Now you go here and you say how many characters you need from left. I need only 3 characters. So what is the point of going and finding the position of @, right? That way. Somebody said mid also you can use, but I think left right would be the best, right? If you want to use mid, you can use mid. Go in this text. So let's say you want to first get the ABC. So start from where? First character. After you start from first, how many characters do you need? I need 3 characters. That's it. This is how it is. If you want to use the mid to get the last name, to get the numbers, go in this text. From where you want to start? Well, I want to start from 4, right? Because all the characters have the same length. That's why I'm able to use. Otherwise, we have to find the @. So I say that I want to start from 4th character, but after I start from the 4th character, how many characters I need? 3. Not 3, sorry. You actually you don't want to start from 4th position. You want to start from 4 plus 1, which is 5, right? Because I don't want the @. And same for the rest of the items. Here you have Ajay hyphen 123 hyphen 987. or maybe I would say that Ajay, KUM, Parmar. People have their full name, middle name as well. Shashank, let's say P. Bhardwaj. Amit Singh Parmar. Anil K. So we have the full names, okay. So now my question to you is, you want to give me the first name, middle name and the right name. Okay, let's first of all start from the first name. Okay, so we find the hyphen. Okay, we find the hyphen, we go in this text and the number of characters. Okay, I press and enter and I drag it. So once you have the position of hyphen. Remember, these are the positions of first hyphen. Because Excel finds the hyphen and you don't need the hyphen. What will you do? Yes, minus. So you -1 from here. You can -1 here, you can -1 here also. It is all up to you. I'll come to the middle name later because that's the toughest part of this exercise. Extracting first name and the last name are easy. So yes, so how will you? Now if before I start telling you, and if this is what you're thinking, that Ajay will now put the hyphen here and now he will go in this text and now he will write 2, not 1, because now I need the second hyphen, you are wrong. You will get the same answer. Look at this. I tell you the reason. Guys, what do you mean by this start number? This start number basically tells us that from where we want to start our search. Okay, now you say that you want to start your search from second character, which means J. Now tell me one thing, if you start from J and you start moving forward, you will again stop at the first hyphen, because find got the hyphen. Find does not know that where you want to go. Actually you want to go here, but if you start from J, what will happen? You will again go to A and then Y and then hyphen and stops. So if you stops at first hyphen, how many characters do you will get? Obviously find will calculate the number of characters before the first hyphen. Now if you think that you will start from 3 now, again what will happen? You will start from A, this A, again you go to Y and again you go to the hyphen and you stop. So how many characters we have before the hyphen? Same, that will never change. So what do you want to do? You want to bypass the first hyphen. You want to pretend as in there is no first hyphen. You want to directly start your search from K, because if you start your search from K, function always moves forward. They never move backward. You know that. Function always move left to right. If it is a column wise direction, if it is a row wise direction, it always moves in the downward direction. We never find any function working from bottom to top, or from right to left, or from right to left. So that means in this case, if you say that I want to start my search from K, function never move in this direction, guys. Function will move in this direction. So if you start from K, then what will happen? Then it goes to Q and then M, and then this hyphen it find and it stops then. So when it stops, what do you mean by it? It means it will calculate all the characters before that second hyphen. Now who will tell me, how will you let this find know that you have to start from K? Yes, what you will do now, you cannot go and write here 6, because K is on the 6th position. That's wrong. The reason is that for the next value, your second hyphen, your first hyphen may be on the 10th position. So this 6 will not work. You have to make dynamic. How will you make it dynamic? You have already calculated the first hyphen position. So that means you will say that, look, this is my first hyphen position. But if you just go and press enter, now again you get the same answer, because you are saying that please start from 5th position. On the 5th position itself you have the hyphen. So why the function will move forward? You have to skip that, guys. So to skip that, we will say that you start your search from the next character, from the very next character coming after your first hyphen. So the search will start from K. In this case, the search will start from P. So if the search will start from P, you have the 9. In this case, the search will start from S. S for the sync, right? So if the search starts from S, then you go and again have the 11. So this is how you will be able to find the second hyphen, guys. Do we have any doubt here? This only means that if you have 3 hyphens, to find out the third hyphen, you have to first find the second hyphen. To find the second hyphen first, you have to find the first hyphen. That is how this is all about it. So once you have done that, now let's first of all do this the Bhardwaj way. You got the 9, 11, 11, you know, everything. So finally you write here total length minus length, or I write total number of characters minus number of characters before second hyphen. Okay, so we're gonna do length this minus this. So finally we have, sorry, it's minus actually. We got the 6, guys. Finally what we will do, we'll go here and say from the right now we need these many characters, which is the subtraction of full name, which is the subtraction of first plus middle name from the full name. So basically what you're doing, you're subtracting so this is how I think we are saying first plus middle plus last, and then you are subtracting first plus middle, right? अगर आपको इसको एक सिंपल वे में समझना हो तो ये कर रहे हैं हम, राइट? बचा क्या, इसमें से माइनस कर दोगे, राइट? इट्स लाइक a plus b plus c bracket close minus a plus b. What is left? C. That's the idea. So we got it like this, right? अब आप इसको different way में भी कर सकते हो. Obviously, you can use the mid as well. I can say mid. Go in this text. Start from where? Start from second hyphen plus 1, right? Because आपको you already have the position of second hyphen. How many characters you need? Well, now I do not know how many characters I need because every last name will have a different number of spellings. So I'll just keep this text above 20. It cannot be more than 20. Simple. Now who will tell me the middle name, guys? We have already got the first hyphen and the second hyphen, guys. So middle name will come from, if I just go and subtract Ajay hyphen from this entire Ajay hyphen KUM hyphen, what I will be left with is middle name, which is KUM. That is the another use of finding the second position and the first position. You know why? Because you see, if you use the mid, left right you cannot use. Don't even think of it, right? Because we want to get the middle name, and the middle name, it's somewhere in the middle. So you cannot go and use the left and the right, because that's on the extreme sides, right? So you say, okay, I use the mid. Go in the text, start number. You even know that from where to start, because middle name always comes after the first name, obviously. And so from the first hyphen we already have the first hyphen position, so we just go and add 1 to it. So this is from where we want to start. We want to start from K, right? But here you get stuck. Now how many characters do you need? Now had it been a last name, I would have written a 100, 200 blindly. But you can't write this time. I mean, you can't write a 100 or 20, you know, because that will give you the complete name. You want to restrict. You want to restrict till second hyphen. Before the second hyphen actually. So how will you? Obviously guys, you say that you already calculate the second hyphen. You subtract first hyphen from it, because middle name is between the second hyphen and the first hyphen, right? So once we do that, this is what you'll get, KUM hyphen. Obviously hyphen will also come, because what you're doing, you are actually saying that I want to subtract this particular area from this area, you know. So when this gets removed, what is left is KUM hyphen. But we don't need the hyphen obviously, so we further go here and -1 like this.
So we are done here guys. This is the formula and I just go and drag this, right? So this is how we can make these formulas fantastic. So I'll see you in my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.